Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the one and only live trading gold stream. It is the 20th of March. It's the final day of the week. Hope you guys are doing well here. Let me know if I'm live, if everything is working. Are we live? Yes, we are. We are. Fantastic. There we go. We're back in the game. Another trading session. Let's get the party started. Good to see you, Jis. Woo! Smash up the like button, baby. Let's go. Let's get the party started. If you like the education, the free education, every day we'll be streaming here 5 days a week, 8 a.m. EST, right around the New York Open. Getting ready for another potential trading session here. Looking forward to see what we have here with us. Well, we have videos in the chat today. Let me check it out. Thomas, Elias, John, much love from Kenya. Good to see you, my friend. Slan, it's crazy how I went from trying to understand ICT for the past 2 years and losing, going mentally insane to start trading the VWAP and the volume profile, now to be funded with 400K. Congratulations, my friend. Good to see you. MS, made some great trades during the Asian session. Amazing. Domas, Dominic, good to see you. Timbo Slice, good to see you. My G, Island, good to see you. Ramstein. Fantastic stuff, guys. Welcome back. We're going to go through all the information today, making sure that you're fully updated. We need one more drop. We're a little bit exotic today. Goldie. All right. Cool. Let's get to work, G's. Let's get to freaking work. If you like the free education and everything that we do here, then a like would be highly appreciated. This is how I can grow my channel. That's pretty much the only thing you have to do, is to just smash up that like button. That's how the game works. With 250 people watching at the beginning of our stream, we can get to 200 likes easy. With all of you guys combined, boom, easy peasy. All right? Appreciate it a lot. All right, thank you so much. Now let's get started and let's talk about Goldie. Wow, yesterday was crazy, right? what a trade, but also what a price action. Unbelievable, unbelievable structure. So the question is, what is today gonna bring to the table here? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through all the data. We're gonna look at the order flow. We're gonna go to all the data on the order flow from the higher time frame to the 4 hour, to the 1 hour, to the 15 minute. So we have a clear understanding of where we are at this current moment, okay? That's from an order flow perspective. Then we're gonna go to the higher time frame, obviously on gold. We're gonna see where we are, what are our key levels, what do you think will happen this session here? And of course, we have to also talk the dollar, and we have to talk about oil as well, because oil has been slowing down. Is this good or is this bad for gold? We're gonna talk about this, of course, as well here. Super important information today, guys. Because this is a maker or breaker, right? Because this is the bounce, but is this bounce legit? That's the real question of this stream. Is this bounce legit, or is this just another inducement for follow through towards the downside, right? That's kind of the answer, the question that we're trying to answer today in this session if we're trying to get into a trade, right? What is the best scenario? Is it longs or is it shorts? That's what we're trying to figure out today, okay? So, to get it started right now, if you guys see what we do here, overall, 5 days a week, we'll be doing these streams. I will make sure that you are fully updated. Gold is our baby, all right? Gold is our baby. This is what we're focusing on. We love to trade gold here. Most people that are here love to trade gold too. So we're all on the same page. So we need to figure out exactly how we're gonna do it the best freaking way. And we're here to learn, we're here to get better together, and we're here to just make sure that we are constantly aware of what's actually happening here. And yeah, I think we're gonna learn a lot together. That's what I can say, okay? So with that said, let's look at the daily time frame here and let's see what we actually have. Number one is something that we cannot neglect right now, and that is daily support right here, right? We have a daily level that is clearly supported right there. We have multiple touch points around that daily level. That's just very basic. We go to the weekly, then we have a weekly demand zone sitting right below that, okay? I do want to mark this out, and I'll tell you later why this is an important level, which is actually around the 4,500, the 4,520 on gold spot. On futures, it is 4,550, okay? Super important level, and it's still an important level, okay? And I'll tell you exactly why later on. But for now, we have that support. We are supported at the daily, and we can clearly see that at this current moment right here, we are kind of bouncing, right? On the 4 hour, we are kind of also reacting right now, and we're kind of finding that support at this current moment, okay? So on the hourly, we can also see that we have been pushing up. We have been coming down since the Asian session high. London failed to take out the Asian session high. Now the question is, what will New York bring to the table here, okay? Now, at the same time, if you look at the dollar, that's interesting. The dollar is looking weaker, right? Look at the dollar right now. Look at what happened with the dollar yesterday. Eventually, later on the session, we broke down and we closed below major resistance. We tapped into demand right below that, but we're still below major resistance. And the moment we pulled back, we actually got rejected. So the dollar is slowing down. Similar to oil, oil as well has been flat, has been ranging on the 4 hour time frame. Oil is also slowing down, okay? So this gives us room for gold to potentially bounce here a little bit. And that's why I'm leaning a little bit more towards the longs. So if we go to the lower time frame, and let's clarify this very clearly, we can now see that we have been pushing up higher. And we actually use the volume profile from our book, the LTA Concentrated War Map, where we talk about the volume profile all the time, right? And what we're going to draw today is we're going to go to volume analysis. We're going to go to the swing profile right here. And we're going to mark out a swing level. All right, we're going to mark out a swing low to a swing high. All right, a swing low to a swing high. That's what we're going to do today. So the way I look to do that is by looking at this structure right there. Let me just mark this out. So we are a bit updated around this level here. We take the low and we take the high. Okay. And as you can see now, at this moment on the 15-minute time frame, we are bouncing from what we call a value area high. All right, the swing value area high is sitting right here. And I explain exactly in the book exactly what it means. The very high, the very low, the point of control. You can actually see that we're finding some support here and the dollar is looking weak. All right, it's almost like the dollar right now is pretty much breaking down again, which only seems to me be more bullish for gold right now as well here, if you look at it from that perspective, right? Now, let's dive into the order flow, because this is very important. Because if we actually go to the real orders, right, in the marketplace, then we can actually see very, very clearly that we have found, and this is actually super important, support. And it's actually supported by buyers stepping in while we're closing the daily candle here, okay? So the way it works is every candle has orders within it, right? It has buy orders, it has sell orders, okay? Now, if there are more sellers than buyers, it will turn red. If there are more buyers than sellers, it will turn green, okay? So in this candle, you can see exactly where yesterday the most buying took place and where the most selling took place, okay? The buying took place at the bottom, all right? In this wick, most buying activity took place. So it's very important because the candle closed above the buyers and not below the buyers. That means that these buyers right now are in profit, and that means that these buyers right now are willing to potentially protect their position. I hope that makes sense. So what happened was the candle opened up and it bounced where the buyers took control. So that means there is indeed some real understanding of a bounce from a buying perspective. If you look at the day before, look at that candle here from a Wednesday, right there. And then look at how we closed this candle, where the most selling was, how then price stepped into these sellers and sold off. That was a setup that we talked about yesterday, right? It was this trade right here, our consolidation expansion retracement. And then this was where we bounced from these sellers and we sold off all the way, okay? But this is where the most buying took place. And this is where buyers are now taking control. And we're kind of trying to see if we potentially can push higher. And especially with a weaker dollar, we can see that this might be a legitimate move right here, okay? Now, we are not fully there yet, and I will show you why. Because we have to go to the 4-hour time frame as well here. And this is where you can see that we actually tapped into a 4-hour resistance right there, okay? And this is what we have been doing today. Today, we have been actually ranging pretty much all day long between that 4-hour resistance that we marked out yesterday already and that 4-hour support. So this is where sellers took control on the 4-hour. This is where buyers took control. And we're kind of ranging in the middle of that, okay? So the 4-hour is very indecisive. And this is the main reason why I marked out today's session as a balanced trading session. Because we have not broken the daily highs, okay? And we have not broken the daily lows. We're in the middle of, a range. We're kind of forming a range at this moment, right? And we have not broken daily highs and daily lows. We're not expanding, we're just ranging. And this is what you can see on the footprint very well. Sellers are protecting that level, buyers are protecting that level, okay? Oh, that makes sense right there. So how do we deal with this? We just have to fine tune our entries on the lower time frame, right? Within this range right now, okay? So if we are in a balanced trading session, then we have to actually be a little bit more patient with finding the right entries. At least that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for price to come down, find support, and then see if we can actually bounce a little bit higher here. Okay. Now we're kind of in a balanced session. What happens if we are unbalanced? What happens if we break out of that resistance or we break out of that support? Well, if you break out of that resistance, I think that targeting these daily highs right there, or the previous daily high right there, is a really valuable target, okay? If we break out of these highs right here and we bounce, clearly, I feel very comfortable longing towards the previous daily highs, okay? That shows me that buyers are in control. They took out the sellers and they're gonna try to push price higher, okay? If price actually breaks below, okay? And this is also important, below this 4,600, we actually break down, okay? And that means that we might indeed will revisit that weekly demand that we were talking about, because this is that major support here that we have to look at, okay? This is that major support that we still have to look at, 44.50. So right now, I'm leaning more towards longs. And the main reason is because the dollar weakness But at the same time, we are in a balance session today. We have not broken the daily highs. We have not broken the daily lows. We're in the middle, right? So I'm gonna be patiently waiting for a nice opportunity within this range, understanding that we're a ranging market. And that means that I cannot be too greedy until we actually break out of the range, or we manipulate, pull back, whatever the case may be, right? So right now, at this moment, you can see that we're kind of neutral, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we cannot trade it, because there are going to be opportunities within this overall range as well here, okay? But it means simply that I have to take more of a scalping approach, because I cannot predict that we will actually break out of that range today, okay? Does this make sense so far, guys? Hope you understand this. If not, we're going to go much deeper into all of these layers here. We're bringing everything together from the volume profile, some higher time frame, candlestick analysis with some order flow, understanding the real data in the marketplace as well, and just going to and actually doing a top-down breakdown pretty much. That helps me so much when I look at my my chart for today. And the reason why I always talk about a balanced session or an unbalanced session is because it allows me to change my approach for that New York session. So if we are balanced, I know that I can't be too greedy, right? For my setups, I have to take profits. I have to be quicker in and out. If we're unbalanced, it allows me to, of course, hold on to my trades. Like yesterday, for example, right? We kept trailing and trailing our stop loss into profit, etc., 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 etc. And that's kind of the difference for me. This is what I've learned over the last couple of months, right? What I've been working on is that optimization here. And I'm nowhere near an order flow guru, but I'm definitely learning. And it's starting to become so much clearer. And I think the more hours you spend observing the price action, I think over time, the better you will start recognizing these type of patterns, or like, you know, things that you've seen before. It starts automatically become like kind of like second nature. But I'm still not there, but I'm definitely getting closer to that goal here. So for me, for now, you can see the 4 hour actually has closed again. We're opening up a new 4 hour candle. If I want to buy when we are in this green box. I don't want to buy in this red box, okay? Because the chances of a pullback are still there, all right? And we are also already getting a little bit more to that overvaluation right now on the 50-minute time frame. So I prefer for price to just pull back a little bit more for me to say, okay, I'm confidently with getting into potential, you know, entries or anything in that matter, right? A pullback, something like that would be nice, or anything that shows me a potential scenario or setup, which could take us higher with the dollar being weaker today as well here. All right. So I'm going to sit it out. Going to be patient. We're going to just observe, and we have marked our range, and I hope to see if we can just find that support below. But if we manage to suddenly break out here, that doesn't mean that we've missed out on anything in any way, shape, or form, because we could easily pull back, create a range, right? An expansion, a retracement, and then a continuation to the previous daily highs, which I believe is also a really, really good potential opportunity as well here. Because that's pretty much shows us the exact order flow statistics as well, because it shows us pretty much that then buyers are in control. The sellers are here taken out. These are now stock, right? Buyers took over. We closed above this, and that means that we could target on the daily that previous daily level right there at 48, 68, or, you know, 48, 46, somewhere around that level, right? Somewhere around the top of that range from yesterday. Okay. So overall, I'm looking forward to this session here. Let me see what you guys are thinking. Let me know what your opinion is, what you're looking for today. And I'm here to support you today's session. And if you have any questions, of course, let me know here. And if you have any feedback, let me know. I'm always willing to hear what you guys have to say, and what you guys think for today's session here. We're up for the week. We had a really good week exactly this week here. I didn't trade as much as the week before, but sometimes, you know, less is more. Less is more. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to trade less to make more money. That's just the reality. So to be sitting on our hands and be patient and get to work from that standpoint. All right. Do you think gold now is going to equal highs with its London and Asian highs? Yeah, so far it's looking really, really good. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I start to see that, yeah, buyers are starting to push in here, which I actually really like. I actually do really like it, right? I do like how buyers are starting to push and take control. There's still definitely a lot of selling though. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I still expect the pullback. Yeah, I still expect some sort of pullback here. Yeah, what I will be looking for is like something like the 47, 46, 74, maybe for another pullback right here. Maybe it's worth a try. Maybe that is definitely worth a try here. Yeah, if you look at the trading sessions today as well, the Asian high is not is open. The London high is open. London took out the Asian low. So the Asian high and the London high are potential targets. So I'm actually thinking about right now, even though we're in that range, right? And we set in some bottom wick on this 4 hour, and then we just like potentially give us that entry there and then potentially go from there. And then if we manage to break out, I'm not necessarily bearish. I'm actually very bullish. I think that we could look for the continuation towards the previous daily highs. So I'm trying to get into trade long for now. That's my current bias. Yo, Lorenzo, what about silver? We can check silver real quick. I haven't checked the order flow of silver, but we can quickly check the charts. Silver looks a little bit more on the... what's silver doing, actually? That's a good question. Silver is a bit slower, right? It looks a little bit weaker than gold at the moment. If we go to the daily, though, we definitely had really clear daily support right there. We bounced from that daily support very, very clearly. 4 hour gave us a bounce. You are in support as well on the 4 hour. The hourly is actually supported as well. I'm actually not really... I think it's similar to gold. So don't get scared away by this 1 hour candle right now. I don't see any reason for this. Can we still pull back one more time towards the lows? I think you could retest the lows one more time. Right? And if you see a bullish reaction here, I think you have some opportunity, right? Because if gold does A, silver usually follows anyways, right? But that's for sure the overall thought process from my side too. So yeah, I think about 70 is a good level to look for a buy. Actually, I think about entering at 70, 74 or 70, 74 or 70, something in between. 74, because we have a nice bounce from the value area high. We're also bouncing from the value area low of a range, just sitting right there. And this is the, oh, there we go. We have the 100 here. And we do have to pull back towards the 50. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? I did expect a pullback. I did expect a pullback. You can see in the 5 minute as well. We're getting oversold here. Look at that higher time frame, or look at the 5 minute valuation. Look at how we were overvalued, and look at how that was the top. Super important. Right here, we were overvalued as well. And we are getting there, right? So we're still like, you know, if we want to get a good entry, we need to wait for price to pull back. If I want a long gold, I need to see some sort of pullback here. And I was thinking about the 70. Something like that. The 70. Dollar is not looking strong right now. Dollar is definitely slowing down here. I think a lot of people are going to go for the Asian highs. I think that makes sense in many ways as well. From my overall perspective. We just don't want to long right now into that 4-hour resistance right there. We need to wait for price to come down a little bit. But I do like the 70. I do like the 70. If we can flip bearish for a second here on this candle, we tap into the 70, 65, something around that. I'm thinking about longing. Just a bit of a scalping trading day today. Just so you guys know, right? How do I determine if we are balanced or if we are unbalanced? Let me just clarify this for you guys. So if I'm balanced, right? If I expect a balanced trading session, that simply means that the high of the Asia, okay, or the low of the day, for example, right? The high of the day and the low of the day are not taken out, or they are not broken. Yeah, pretty much not broken, right? So the Asian low and the Asian high in this case, right? And the New York session is somewhere in the middle. That gives me the opportunity of saying, okay, we're in a balanced session today because we are in the middle of that range. And if we break out of that, then we go from a balanced to an unbalanced session. This is where usually continuation plays could come in play. You could also have sometimes a manipulation down, of course, and then up. But at least within this actual range itself, if we would trade the range, I have a very strict rule set of what I would look for in the range itself, right? And that is usually buy low and sell high, and not the other way around, right? I'm not anticipating on a breakout or anything like that. And I also, I'm definitely not greedy with my setups. I'm absolutely not greedy. I'm willing to take profits quickly. I'm also not going to be in my trade for too long. And that's kind of the difference between a balanced session for me and an unbalanced session for me. Yes, that's it here. 4-hour swing POC showing sell. Please check it. The 4-hour swing POC showing sell. Okay, from where? From here to there? That's the value low, maybe? Or you took this one? Ah, okay, you took that one. Yeah, you can definitely see there's definitely resistance here. That's for sure. And that's exactly what you can see here, right? There's definitely resistance as well here. So I'm waiting for the pullback. Anke, I'm done for the day. Got 2 W's. Posted my wins on Telegram. Watching your stream and learning. Amazing, man. Amazing to see you, bro. Anyways, guys, do you guys have any plans for the weekend? Gonna have a party or something? Yes, sir. Nice. I want to wish all the Muslims Eid Mubarak. Can't wait for Monday. Man, that's the life of a trader. That is the life of a trader. Mondays are my favorite days of the week. I'm living absolutely the best life right now. I'm very happy actually doing what I'm doing here. I'm very happy with going live every day and just being blessed that I can just trade and just be live here with you guys and just, you know, do this. And then throughout the day, you know, go to the gym, work on myself, on my physical shape, you know, have some time to do what I want to do. And then in the evening for me, 8 a.m. is where the business starts for me for a couple hours, where I go hard. Yeah? That is pretty much the day in life. Putting in the work every evening. Stank 4S, going to treat myself and buy a few for my car. Amazing, man. Gonna cruise around. That's amazing. So we're seeing a seller stepping in. We're getting a rejection of the VWAP. Let's go to the 15-minute. Oh. Yeah. I think that 74 or 70... 70, 74, but it also depends on the valuation here. We're definitely pushing down towards it. I want to be at least at the 0. There we go. I think there we go. We expected a pullback here, guys, right? That is not really a surprise here. And this is why I love this as well, because it really allows me to see now. And this is also something I've learned over the last couple of months, right? It's actually very interesting. Is that yeah, I definitely learned not to chase, and I think the combination here is just it's very, very good to not chase the market and not buy in a rush, because it usually doesn't work out in my favor when I did that in the past. And I still make the mistake sometimes. I still do. It's one of the hardest things to get rid of, man, is chasing the market, not chasing the market. But hey, there are opportunities every day. We all know that. There's always an opportunity every day. Need to learn how to spot it. Joshua says, I do part-time work as a teacher on the weekends, so I'll be teaching the little ones some English. Amazing, man. That's great. A lot of kids will be happy with this. I'm learning Italian right now. Funny enough, I am half Italian. I'm actually studying Italian right now. I'm thinking of buying a place in Europe, somewhere in the south of Europe. So I want to work on my languages. Yes, drop. There we go, guys, right? Patience. We're dropping. We are dropping, and we're getting towards really important levels right now. We're almost there. 50... The 5 minute is not really reacting here. Lorenzo, what is your VWAP setting? It's just the standard session VWAP. The default session VWAP. On the 1 hour in this case. 4687. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of selling here, definitely. Buyers are unable to push price through, right? There's definitely a lot of selling activities right now as well. There are more selling limits than buying limits. Yeah, give it a little bit of time. Give it a bit of breathing room here. Krusty says, I have a question about the fixed range volume profile indicator. When you use it, the major line is where a lot of trades has happened. Correct. If you decided to put a sell stop or buy stop, how far do you put it to the line? Yeah, so if you trade the candlestick charts here, I think I have a really good solution for you, and that is to look into this page, okay, which is page number 56, and it's called the execution, the micro entry models. And I give you different entry models that you can use from any of these key levels, okay? You have an entry model 1, which most people use in my surroundings. Then we have entry model 2 and entry model 3, okay? And an entry model 4. We have 4 different entry models. So study those, and you know exactly where and what the best way is. You also have good examples of how it actually visually looks like as well here, okay? Big Mail said I spent a lot of time in Greece. Love Greece. I love Greece. Yeah. Yeah, look at that selling, guys. Selling, selling, selling here. And also keep in mind, right? We are still... who remembers this box from yesterday? Who remembers this box? Let me know in the chat if you guys remember it. If you guys were watching the stream yesterday. And if so, do you remember this box from yesterday that we talked about? A lot of selling there. It's on the 4 hour. We were still unable to break it. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We're still unable to break it. So this is why I didn't want to buy yet. Because this candle just opened up. And if it opens up bullish, it usually flips bearish. It finds the mod, it finds buyers, and then we can go somewhere, right? So I think that we can get into a trade when we're a bit more undervalued. Let's take this to the 50-minute. Maybe even 5-minute. All right, we're getting somewhere now. We're getting somewhere now. The hourly has finally created a bottom wick. A lot of selling pressure, right? A lot of selling pressure. The 4 hour is neutral. This is what I mean, right? You can actually see this on this 4 hour candle very well. But I'm willing to get into an entry soon. If this candle closes bullish, not too high of a risk here today. What happened to your sell limit yesterday? That's a really good question. Because the daily time frame right here actually closed and showed us that buyers stepped in and we closed above that. So this means that the chance of us bouncing is higher. That's why we closed our limit order. And I never really like to look and hold limit orders over time anyways, overnight. I hope that we will be able to push up throughout the New York session later on and still get filled. But we actually didn't. We didn't until today, Asian session pretty much. So I closed this because of these this daily close with these buyers stepping in here. All right, no closure yet. There we go, bearish closure. That's why that closure was so important. In the meantime, guys, have you guys been enjoying the format so far? This is the second week. This is the Friday. This is our 9th episode right now of the live day trading, the gold volume profile and order flow format, where we cover every New York session here. This is all free education, guys. This is all free education. As you can see, I have nothing to sell you right now. I have written a free book for you even. And I'm just here to trade, to make my own money. And to hopefully inspire you to do the same thing. All right, that's why I'm here. If you support this though, I really appreciate you if you could like this channel or this video, because it really helps me grow my my channel. Okay. Yesterday was crazy, by the way. Wow. Yesterday was top notch. Really appreciate this. Absolutely, thank you guys. All right, we're still selling off here, so we're getting to towards the undervaluation slowly, or at least the middle ground, the equilibrium, I call this. So patience wins here once again. The right confirmation, the right closure. No rushing. If we saw a good closure here on the 5-minute beforehand, I would have said maybe I would enter, but we immediately flip bearish. So yeah, finding that support somewhere. The volume profile, right, is one of our most important levels here. We'll be using the swing profile in this case. If you want to learn about the swing profile, then you can also watch this in our book as well. The volume profile and the settings are 128 row size and 70 value area volume. Is the order flow chart paid? It is paid. Yes, it is paid. It is paid. But yeah, you have to see it this way. Let's imagine that you are a funded trader, right? And you got your first payout and you want to develop yourself and learn more. Yeah, then investing in yourself is never a problem, right? And I think that order flow is a great additional tool. But like I said, order flow is not a strategy. Okay? It is not a strategy. I hope you understand this. It is an additional outlook of data here. I like to use the volume profile on the candlestick chart. I like to use the supply and demand on the higher time frame. And I like to understand gold and the dollar and how they move together. And once I understand that, and I built a whole strategy around that, which is called LTA concepts, by the way. That's how I called my strategy. Then I started to experiment with order flow. So also me, I am also still learning. But anyways, I will be here on the streams for you guys anyway, so we can cover it any day of the week. Okay. We're still dropping. We are now back at our next level. Yeah, we found that support here pretty much every time. The 65. And sellers are definitely active. Sellers are trying to push down here. Look at that on the hourly as well. Sellers are definitely struggling. Buyers are struggling again. So I don't see a reason to buy yet. I don't see a reason to sell yet either, right? Because we're almost back in that main range where buyers stepped in really strongly. So yeah, we're in between, and this is kind of what I expected today already, guys. Like I said before at the beginning, if you want to go one more time to what I talked about, I did the full analysis at the beginning of the stream. We went over the candlestick charts, higher time frame. We looked at the dollar. We went to the lower time frame, and then I used the order flow as an additional layer on the higher time frame, and then also the lower time frame, which is what not many people do, by the way, using order flow on the higher time frame, which is very interesting. But the conclusion was that we have aggressive sellers right here. That 4-hour candle where a lot of selling and a lot of buying took place, and we're battling here. This is a real a real battle that is taking place right now between buyers, between sellers. We are literally in a balance session today. We can see this already, right? And I do believe that the breakout of this will not be a fake out. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. I believe that the breakout will not be a fake out. All right? I believe that the breakout will not be a fake out. Obviously, the closure matters. The closure matters. But I'm not going to wait for that to break out. That will take... that will take too much time. I'd rather scalp the range itself in this session. And if we break out, different story. We'll adjust accordingly. Is this ATAS? No, this is called Xau charts. Xau charts. It is very, very... It's very good. It's very fast. And it works very well on computers that are not that strong. So if you are, you have an old laptop or whatever, it will probably run very smooth. Which is very hard. If you guys understand Orderflow, you need to, you load a lot of data. So it's usually very heavy on your CPU. Now, I've been really enjoying it. And you also have to make it optimal for your eyes, right? You also have to look at the colors, and the colors have to be like perfect. So you can actually get used to it. So you start recognizing things very quickly. And it takes some time to set up, but once it's done, once you are you're ready to rock and roll, pretty much. All right, we have finally got some trapped sellers here on the lower time frame. We are back at the 50. We're getting somewhere now. We are starting to get somewhere. A bunch of 12 sellers here. Couldn't a lot of selling, but couldn't really push price further down. If we can get to the 66, that would be nice. 66. Stop loss at 52. 66. 52. Something like that. Do we have news today? No, we do not, which is very good. No distractions here. No additional reasons to wait or to be delayed or to wait for an outcome of something that we need to know of what's going on here. But keep in mind, it is Friday, right? So if there's anything related to the war with Iran, blah, 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 right? Trump, whatever the case may be, it's usually on a Friday. Why? Because they try to avoid, a lot of volatility, I think. I think if they do it on a Friday and the market closes, then people can position themselves in a weekend. Yeah, we're still dropping. We're still dropping. I think we need to wait for an undervaluation, guys. I think we have to wait for the undervaluation here. We broke the equilibrium. We didn't bounce from the equilibrium. So we will drop a bit lower. We'll close the hourly candle in 10 minutes as well here. A lot of sellers came in here. Buyers tried to push price back up. They failed. All right, so buyers are not in control at this current moment. You can see this on the candlestick chart too, but you can actually sometimes it's funny because you see on the candlestick chart something completely different than you would see here, for example. The dollar is also supported, or right now at least it's holding, right? So that's also not going to really help gold at this moment, at least. We really want to see a breakdown So I'm starting to see a little bit more clarity now. I think that if we can get there, we pull back down a little bit more, we might actually find support here. I'm going to set the limit order, I think, very, very soon. It'll probably be around the 46, which is actually the value low initially, where we actually bounced from. Yeah, I think we might actually get there still, though. I'm going to at least set the limit order already. And I can always move it. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to set a limit order. Yeah, I think that's fine. Can I at least set the limit order already? I might move it though. Ray Sadua, my man, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, my G. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Vivid, you too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Lorenzo. Just wanted to ask how to add another chart just like that, the dollar. What you can do right here. So you can go to 1, you can go to 2. Then you get 2 tabs. You click on the second one. You open up the dollar. You open up the dollar in here and then gold in the other one. You can also do it on your phone. You can then open up one or the other or both. Okay, we're finally seeing some buyers stepping in here. It is 8 minutes before the hourly closure. Dai, just subscribe. Welcome, man. Good to see you. Rafael, you too, my G. Hi, Lorenzo. First time on your stream. Really appreciate your work. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love to do this. I love to be here with you guys and just do my breakdowns, my analysis here. Following our plan. Following our plan. Morning Star, just subscribe. Good to see you. Yeah, this weekend. We're gonna get ready. Brother, why no Netherlands stream? Why no Dutch stream? I actually have never done a Dutch stream before. That's actually really funny. That's actually a really good point. That would be hilarious. I don't even know if I would be good at it. I'm not joking. Hapa, it's good to see you. Welcome to this channel, man. We've been starting off the LT Orderflow stream. Episode 9. We started last week. I think we took around, I don't know, 6 trades, 5 trades, something like that. But most importantly, you know, the analysis. We always make sure there is an analysis as well here. So my goal is just to update you about what I see, why I see what is going on. Give you all the insights, not just from a candlestick chart, but also from the order flow perspective as well here. Who is in control? Are these buyers? Are these sellers? What is actually happening behind the scenes? And I hope that sets a good foundation. Dollar is holding up. We're looking a little bit weaker, yeah. A little bit weaker. Question says, I feel dumb today, I only see sells. That's actually that's not dumb at all, my man. It's actually not dumb at all. Okay, just saying that. You are in resistance right now. We are in resistance right now. It's a very important moment for the dollar. For gold, sorry. Deal with was struggling for a long time. I finally made some steps. What changed it all for you? Well, what changed it for me was not one thing, right? It's the accumulation of things. So I think that you have to be in the game for a while to understand that you need to understand a lot of different variables in this game to become profitable. And then it seems like that one thing made all the difference, but in reality, it was the accumulation of all the work that you've put in before already that made all the difference. So I could never give you an answer and say that one thing really helped me, okay? But I can say that understanding valuation, how things are valued, these things are real. These things are real. These things are real. And that was kind of the final piece of the puzzle that kind of helped me with understanding how I could even fine-tune my entries even more. So that helped me a lot, but it was not that made all the difference, because it's all the work and effort over the years that made all the difference. But we're still learning every day. I'll never ever will say that I'm there, that I've made it, because that's when things go wrong. That's when you get into a nasty position, because if you say that I made it and you're there, you know everything, and you know how the market works, then guess what? You're going to be left behind, because the people that are in this game are constantly trying to get better. They're constantly trying to improve. It's player versus player. We all understand that there are buyers and sellers, and that if you win, someone else has to lose, right? Sometimes we forget about that, but sometimes you do have to realize that if you win, someone else loses. So think about that from that standpoint. There is always competition here. I also was in that stage where I was like, I know how to trade now. And that humbled me really, really hard, right? So I take, in my opinion, a step back and say, you know what? I'm here to learn it every day and try to get better every day. Do my best every day. I show up every day. And this inspired me to go back on the streams and to be here for you, because the discipline and consistency is needed for me to elevate my game. I'm starting to like it more and more, though. We're getting weaker and weaker. The dollar is pushing up a bit, which caused this valuation tool to come down, to drop further. And I think that we might not get to the 46 now. I'm looking at it here. I think that I need to move my limit order a bit higher, looking at where we are now and how we are reacting from the hourly especially. We just closed the hourly candle, so this is the perfect moment to set in a bottom wick. To drop and maybe get to the point of control, the 60. Yeah, I think something like that would be nice. If we can get filled there, it would be good. Yeah, because I think we'll be dropping to that undervaluation indeed, Tommy. Good that you say that, by the way. Do I still feel bullish? Yes, I do actually. I do, and it has to do with the daily time frame. And this area right here, where a lot of buyers stepped in too. And of course, the London failed to take out the Asian high. It took out the Asian lows. That's not enough though. But the dollar is still holding as well. It's still respecting this overall trend right now. I do think it should break down at some point as well. I think the dollar is weaker. The higher time shows weakness right now for today. As well here. We are finding some support now, but the daily is definitely in resistance. So yeah, let's see if we can get filled here. There we go. We're coming down. Let's see if we have some follow through. We have definitely support here at the 60s. 62 actually. Yes, New York Stock Exchange is not open yet. No, in 30 minutes. 27 minutes to be exact. That order book on the right, do you have a discount code for us so we can get it cheaper? That would be appreciated. I actually messaged them. Who knows? Maybe in the future I will have a discount code for the extra charge. I messaged them today actually, because there were so many people asking for it. So let's see what they say. Let me see if I have a reply already. That's actually a good point. Let's see. I do actually. Okay, I'll get back to it. Yeah. V-Kummer says, thank you, Lorenzo. And the VIP team, only a single red day this month took a 4K payout yesterday, taking only A+ textbook LTA setups. That's amazing, my friend. Congratulations. That's a huge payout for you. I believe that. It's a big deal, man. Very happy for you, man. Really well done. And I can feel your discipline in your message. Amazing to hear that. Awesome. All right, we're dropping 60s. Let's go. Come on. Can we get filled here at least? Relatively low contract size today. We're in scalping mode here. If you can just get a reaction, that will be already fantastico, man. A reaction right there. That's what we want to see. Just a reaction. Dollar is pushing a bit. Yeah, overall, like I said before, today is a ranging session, right? A balanced trading session. Clearly. So it's about getting in, getting out, quick scalps, being patient. Hopefully not getting trapped. Staying in the range. Let's see if New York will actually give us some follow through here. Wow, look at that. This is what I mean, man. Oh man, look at that. If we were filled here. Where's your stop loss? I don't really have a stop loss yet. Just observing right now. Low risk. Okay, show me a bounce. Flip. Something like this. And then flip bullish. What would be an invalidation? Like I already said before, right? A complete invalidation would be if we would actually break down here below the 45.80, which is really far down, by the way. It's not a stop loss, by the way, but it's my long bias would be invalidated. That's what I'm trying to say. My long bias would be completely invalidated. We're getting to an undervaluation as well. I do like that. I do like this. We close this candle when? In 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, we're in our box. We are in our zone. We are in our box. There we go. If you can flip it, it's like boom. That's the sweet spot scenario, right? If you can flip a candle like that, you're in the bottom of the bottom. Buyers are definitely coming in here, trying to push here. Okay, we close this 5 minute. And also, no, 5 minutes, we have the 50-minute closure as well. This will be very important closure. That 50-minute candle closure. Thinking of names for the box. Yeah, exactly. Thinking of names for the box. I don't know how to call it yet. Don't know how to call it yet. We're getting back to the swing very high. And this 50-minute closure is going to be critical. Sellers are trying to push though. Why don't you have a stop loss? I'm in a really small risk compared to my account right now. Can give it some breathing room. That's a flip that you want to see for sure. Dollar is still pushing. That's why gold is not going yet. But it's definitely finding some sort of support here. Let's see if buyers are actually willing to support here. Let's see if we can find some support there. Hovering around. Lorenzo, love from India. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, man. We're here to learn. We're here to practice, get better, a little bit better every single day. We're doing our best. We're doing our best. All right, so buyers stepped in here. There's definitely some absorption from sellers right now, which is actually, you can definitely see there is an absorption, right? Sellers are trying to push, but they're kind of failing. But at the same time, buyers are not really following through here either, right? It's kind of in the middle right now. It's kind of neutral. This is the benefit of limit orders, right? It's getting filled at a certain level. And even if you're wrong, even if we're wrong, right? We could be wrong. You still have room. You still have time to manage the trade. Because if you would, let's say, chase the market and price would flip on us, we will be absolutely screwed right away, right? From the beginning. That's why I like limit orders so much, because it just allows me to observe what's going on. At least at critical levels, of levels that you know are important levels. It's kind of a good example, actually. So we close this 50-minute. 30-minute is closing in 15 minutes. This is what I hope to see. So I hope this 30-minute will actually give us that that flip in the next 15 minutes, right before the open. Yeah, this is the difference between a balanced trading session and an unbalanced trading session. Yesterday, when we took that crazy short, we were in an unbalanced session. The trend was very, very clear. And today we are in a balanced trading session because we haven't broken the daily lows. We haven't broken the daily highs from Asia. We're in the middle. We're in the middle of that range. So I'm trying to enter at the bottom of the range. I don't really see the buyers stepping in here. I see an absorption, but I don't see buyers buying, aggressively buying here, right? It's definitely more, sellers are definitely trying to push price here, even though we're at our entry where pretty much our break even now. You can definitely see that it's just not there yet. But there is support. Let's go to the 5-minute one more time. Let's see what the 5-minute is doing. We do see buyers stepping in here. Yeah, if we would close below this candle here on the 5-minute, I think we're going to drop lower. So let's see. Please don't lose Lorenzo. I cannot control that, my man. Can only look for our setups and execute every day. You can definitely see that we picked the right level. If you wanted to go long, it's the right level to go long at. Like, you can definitely see how we're supported here in the wicks. But I don't know if there will be that follow through yet. That's why we're patient. An enemy trader says, I appreciate your strategy will be different to mine, but all higher time frames are bearish. Very risky longs here. Wish you well. Hope you do well, my friend. Thank you for your message. Appreciate you. It's true. It's actually true. There's definitely some bearish structure still going on. I agree. I like the order flow though from yesterday. I like the daily candle close from yesterday where the buyers stepped in here and how we got absorbed and how buyers took control. So I did kind of expect some sort of relief bounce. Okay. And I am, for that reason, looking for the right levels for that relief bounce. And yes, we are in between a group of sellers and buyers. So we're in a balanced session today. So yeah, it's very tricky to trade in balanced sessions. That's why not being greedy is the number one priority here. But we are definitely getting supported right now. Buyers are finally coming in here a little bit more. So it was worth a try for me. It was worth a try. Okay, it's definitely worth a try. The anonymous trader. I think I heard you before. I've seen you before. I don't know where or what. But I think you're a creator, right? You make some really good stuff, I heard. I think I've seen you before. Anyways, man, much love, bro. And I appreciate the support. Lorenzo, do you trade Bitcoin? Not enough. I actually should be trading it more. But man, I've been so focused on gold, bro. So obsessed with Goldie. Gold is my baby. My second baby. There is on the 5 minutes, there is a double wick confirmation. Are you still using it? Yes. Okay, we have the 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We're not out of the red works yet, or I'm not gonna say here and sit here chilling because we're definitely not out of the woodworks yet here. Look at the 5 minutes, for example. Yeah, now that the dollar is slowing down a little bit, I do like that. I like to see the dollar slowing down here a little bit. You do want to see the dollar slowing down here. This is what I mean with limit orders, guys. Regardless, right? Are we bullish? Are we bearish biased? You're gonna react from certain levels. We are able to manage the trade. That's it. We are able to manage the trade. So I can decide now, do I want to put my stops and break even and let it run and maybe wait for the New York Stock Exchange to open up in 7 minutes and re-enter, right? Things like that. Yeah, I think I'll actually do that because we have like 5 minutes left for the New York Stock Exchange. And if you have no follow through here, then the manipulation of the New York Stock Exchange could wick me out of the trade for some reason, right? So I might actually just set it on break even here, guys. It was worth a try, in my opinion. It was actually worth a try here. But I think the New York Stock Exchange will give us a better insight in what's going on right now, to be honest. So I'm gonna hold it out. We waited long enough here to see if we could follow through. Do you have a TP in mind? Well, if we have a TP in mind, of course, it will be the Asian London highs for today here. Because these are both not taken out. We are in a range. I'm not necessarily expecting to follow through until later today. An actual breakout of the session, of the daily highs or daily lows. The current daily highs or current daily lows, you know. So yeah. Pretty slow start. All right, let's see what the New York Stock Exchange will bring here. If we can get a bit more follow through. Just have to manage the trade right now. And then let's see if we can get in again. You think 4610 is a good spot? 4610. Why 4610? Let me know. The point of control? New York Stock Exchange will open in 4 minutes. Let me know what your current bias is. Are you guys bearish or are you guys bullish? And what is the reason? I want to hear your opinion here. Drop some feedback in the chat. Let me know what you think. We're definitely in a ranging market, right? At this moment, at least. Interesting Friday. Yesterday was crazy. I can't wait for the professor to drop some new information. We talked about this guy yesterday. If you guys want to know about the war, what's going on from a fundamental perspective, there is this guy, predictive history. You should type it in on YouTube. Predictive history. It's so good, man. It is so good. What's the best strategy for a beginner? You are the strategy. I think you can make any strategy work. It's you, my friend. Can you build a process? Can you follow your rules? Can you make sure that your emotions are not going to run away with you, right? Vicious, I think gold is bearish. Dollar undervalued and is also at demand. Oil is pushing up, supporting a stronger dollar. Let's look at oil. Oil is indeed pushing up a little bit. New York will decide best buying 4618. A lot of you guys are bearish, but also some bullish. I see as well. Now, I can definitely understand that there's a bit of a confusion happening here on the chart today. You can see this on the 4-hour order flow. You can just see how buyers and sellers, right, are supporting this range right now. Sellers are in between 4685 in control, 4723, and the buyers are in control in between 4585 and 4644. Right, so you're compressing. We're compressing right now within that series of buyers and that series of sellers here, and that's what we're now trying to trade internally. That's the situation here. That is the situation at the moment. So that's why I'm saying it's more of a scalping session. Yesterday was definitely shorting, right? Definitely was a big shorting day. Where's Ari Dutch? Yes. Predictive history. Yeah, watch him, man. Watch him. Definitely check him out. Predictive history. This guy is a professor in China. He's going viral right now. You probably already have seen him on the IG. 100%. And we're dropping. We have the open right now. Okay, let's observe this really, really closely, man. I'm really curious to see what's going on here. What a mess. What a mess today. What a mess today. Yeah, look at that. Push up, flip, bearish. Look at that. Look at that breakdown. Did you take any longs? Yeah, I took a long, right? We just closed it on before, and this is the reason why. You don't want to get trapped with the open. And we gave it enough time to just see how it develops. And we made already some good money this week. I'm also not really in a rush to like, I need to make more. I need to make more money. I need to find the best setups. That's it. Need to find the best setups. That's my goal today. Finding the best setups, or at least in this session. And not be greedy, right? That's the whole premises. We talked about this since the beginning of the stream. Say not being greedy. There we go. Damn. That was a good close. That was a good freaking close. Anyways, guys, regardless, if you like this free education here, make sure you smash up that like button here. We have over 1,000 people watching since we started the stream. That means we're back on track here, and I really appreciate your support. Like I said here, I have nothing to sell you. I'm here to trade my own money. I need to make some freaking money. That's why I'm here. All right, and I do this live right now 5 days a week during the New York Open for you to go over it. We're gonna have good sessions, bad sessions, everything. I'm learning as well. I'm getting better, doing my best. So if you can help me out by smashing up that like button, that would be really appreciated, because that's how I can grow my channel here. And I also wrote a free book for you as well, which is called the LT Trading War Map, which is a free book, which you can also learn. It's all about the volume profile and how we look at how I look at the market and everything. And then I'm using Orderflow, but that's for me still a learning process. But at least you can do it live, so. Awesome. What's happening, Lorenzo? Yesterday I took the same trade as you took. All right. Okay. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Which trade was this? Because we took a short yesterday. Risk under control, trade well managed. Yes, I think so. I think it was a good management. I mean, we could still flip bullish, obviously, but like, I don't want to be in that mess right now. Now that makes sense. I'd rather wait for the New York Stock Exchange now to develop. Give me a bit of a better indication. And then try again. Let's see what happens from then, right? 15 is starting to look bearish now, especially if you close this like that, then we will more potentially indeed go for these lows. So was worth a bounce. Was worth a trade here. All right, we're breaking down. So we closed it at the right moment here. If we were supposed to bounce there, I do believe we were supposed to bounce there beforehand. And the anatomy trader already said like we're bearish right now. We're seeing that indeed there is definitely a lot of selling pressure here, but yeah, I still wanted to give it a try. I still wanted to get it regardless to see if I could get in the bounce here. But now we are a bit lower. So I'm just going to sit it out, see how we develop, and then try again at a new level. I don't know. I'm not in that short bias right now still, right? We're gonna literally tap into a lot of buying here, into the daily from yesterday where so much buying took place here. I don't like to sell in that structure right now. So I'm waiting for the right bounce. But the lower time frame right now is definitely pushing down, that's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. Where did you learn order flow? I'm actually still learning it. I am actually I started to study, obviously, the Fabio Valentini and Andrea Simi, my Italian brothers. So obviously learned a lot from them, but still found my own way within it. A lot of selling here. This is gonna get super interesting right now because there's so much selling, but there is no follow through here. If we close above, if we close this 50-minute candle bullish, I will be longing. That's for sure. If we close this 50-minute candle bullish, 15 minutes, right? I will be longing. I will be longing. We close this candle in 8 minutes. Dominic, I have to end today. Thanks for the whole week. Take care and enjoy the weekend. We're going to be uphill, so I won't be on the weekly analysis, but I will be back on the trading floor on Tuesday. Thanks a lot for what you do. You changed my life. Thank you, Dominic, my man. I appreciate you, bro. That's why I'm here for you. I love this shit so much. Can't wait for Monday already. Can't wait for Monday. Can't wait for Monday. We need a good song now. We need a good, where's that song? Yes, Friday. It's Friday, G's. Why not hold the trade and place your buy stop at that TP? You want it? No need. Look at the rejection already. We entered where we should have entered at 60s. The price came down. Now we're below it. I think it's fine to wait for the right confirmation again here. Now that we are dealing with the New York Stock Exchange open. Where do you trade from? From Asia? Yes. In Bali. I trade from Bali. I've been living here for 5 years already. I'm no longer a tourist. I am no longer a tourist. That's for sure. So if the 50-minute candle closes bullish here, I'm very, very tempted to take a long again. We have 5 minutes left though. So 5 minutes left pretty much. So let's hope we close bullish. That would be so sick. Because then we have all these trapped sellers there. That would be nice. Can we break back above? We don't have to even on the 15-minute time frame. We don't even have to flip bullish. We just have to close, not even bullish, sorry. We need to close above the 58. We need to close above the 58. Yo, what's up? Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, bro. Alexandria Gaming. Good to see you. Welcome to the streams. Just here doing our thing 5 days a week. We're here for you. Some order flow, some breakdowns. Even in the toughest market conditions, we are still here for you. We're still doing our thing. We are still here for you. We have 4 minutes left for this 50 minutes. I want to close above the 58. We are at the value low, the point of control, right of this range. This is where we initially took the trade from, by the way, from the point of control of the range. This closure will be so important. It will actually determine if sellers are here in control or if buyers are absorbing all these aggressive sellers. A lot of markets sell, yet the candle itself closes bullish, right? You have to understand this, right? Why is there so much selling right now? For example, look at this. There is so much selling, 335 negative delta. That means there are way more aggressive sellers than buyers. But look at the candle. A lot of volume, very negative delta, but the candle is almost flipping bullish. How is that possible? There's an absorption taking place. So there are a lot of passive buyers, limit buyers that are absorbing these market sellers. And if you can actually close bullish or the candle bullish, or we close above these sellers, the majority of where these sellers took action, then I could confirm that these sellers are in a very terrible position. And that I rather than take the opposite side of that, which is a long. All right, but a closure is key. Can always put a new limit order. Afterwards, if we squeeze up, we don't pull back, we can always put a new limit order. Don't have to chase the market. But this is what I mean. Look at that bullish candle with that selling. That is a red box. That is a red box. What a market today, man. Wow. Market is absolutely wild. Intern. Yesterday it was wild extern. Yesterday we were trending down. We had a huge trade. Yesterday. Okay, that's what I mean. 1 minute left. 1 minute left for this candle to close. Then I will put a sell limit or buy limit at 58. Again, which is actually not at 60, but at 58. And then we'll see if we can actually bounce, trap these sellers, and hopefully push further higher. But it's a huge wick. It's a huge wick, right? And we took out the lows here. And we're still relatively flat, relatively undervalued. We're still diverging here. 30 seconds. If you can close this candle green, I will be definitely long biased. And try again. Eight seconds. Yeah, we close this candle like this. Right there. All right, buy limit set 558 again, which is a little bit lower because I do want to get into the bottom wick, right? So I hope we get there. I hope I can get filled there. Let's see. But we were looking at the right levels today. I'm very confident about this. You can see how much interest there is here around this level. I like it. I like it. I just want to see if it can get filled. Man, today I have to be so precise with everything, man. I have to be so freaking precise. It's crazy. Yeah, and then stop loss will just be simply below that wick. All right, now you want to actually flip here. Come on, G. What a market, dude. Come on, flip it. We gave it a try at 60. We got out on that. We give it a second shot. 58. With a new confirmation here. Absolutely reckless right now. What's happening, man? My man, sorry, I can't read your name. But welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Where would your stop loss be? I think right now below that wick makes sense, to be honest, in this case. Because we bounced from this level beforehand. It's not like a huge stop loss, but or a huge risk, but I think it's a good. I think it makes sense to not now just put it there, because don't want to revisit these lows again here. Actually, this is at 30, what, 33? Yeah. Code exhausting mostly sells just my watch. Yeah, you can see all the selling pressure right now, that's for sure. But you can also see so much selling, but no follow through, right? There's so much selling, so much volume, but no follow through. So let's just hope that the buyers are willing to step in here. And are actually willing to push here, or trying to push here at least. But if not, then it is for this today. We have a profitable trading week anyways. I'm not gonna force too much. Apocalypse is here, so all this money won't matter. Housing prices down 99%. Run to the hills. On squirrels. I mean, yeah, that's true. This is why I'm in Bali. I can always go to the rice paddies here. If worse comes to worse, I will be on some island here, eating rice, maybe some chicken. That's for sure. But yeah, I believe that if we are traders, we can always make our money in any type of scenario in the market. We can also short it. We can short everything if you want to. It's not ethical from that perspective, but at the same time, the whole game is rigged anyways, right? The whole game is freaking rigged already anyways. Michelle, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Nah, this is definitely a messed up open here. Seller stepped in. Candle closed bearish. Super negative delta here. Super negative delta. With a bullish candle closure. So there's a large absorption taking place, but there is just no follow through from buyers. So I'll be willing to put my stop there and see if you can get if you can respect that final level that we are here. There's one more level right now, which we are currently in. But no, fuck it. It's not our day today from that standpoint. I think I'm gonna take that as a I'm gonna take that for today. I'm not gonna overtrade today. I can see that things are not adding up here to me right now. So I'm not gonna go and force it too much. I'm gonna see this closure right now, and then I give it like what? This is an 8-minute hourly closure. And after that, I think I will know what to do here. But it seems that right now, if we close this hourly candle, that indeed sellers are going to be in control for the rest of the session here. So this is exactly a very good lesson for my side as well here. If sellers are indeed in control, right? Like we're seeing now, there's a lot of absorption, but sellers are winning clearly, right? On the hourly, you can see it. The hourly candle is going to close in what, like 8 minutes. What I learned is that switching a bias is something that you really have to learn. So you need to really learn to adapt and to say, okay, my initial thought process here, even though I saw all the data, I got the confirmation, it was very textbook for what I do. And I know it's profitable because we have been trading it already for so long. But there are moments where you have to say, no, sellers are now in control, clear. It's clear that sellers are in control here. I'm not going to try to get into longs again because it just doesn't add up here, right? You can clearly see on the hourly time frame that sellers are winning the battle right now. So anything from the 44 now, in my opinion, becomes a resistance, very strong resistance here. So am I willing in this market condition right now? Because it's kind of messed up to still get in. Maybe, yeah. Actually, maybe one more shot. One more shot. And I'm willing to actually switch up my bias as well and accept the change. And my invalidation here. Johnny Boy says, yo, I entered on the same trade, but a little below. There's a VWAP I anchored. Let's see if it holds. GD says, I used to be too biased. Each day wouldn't be able to change the same day. Now it's a piece of cake flip-flop. Yeah, it makes sense, totally. Yeah, we can definitely see the buyers, sellers are now, this hourly candle is going to help so much with understanding that this has actually happened here, because we were flip-flopping in the range. You said it actually already perfectly. But this is a big break, a big closure. So I'm going to observe. I'm going to give it one more try. I'm going to observe if this closes bearish. What happens in the 45 mark? What happens on the pullback? That's gonna be my final piece of today. And otherwise, I'm just gonna leave it because I'm not gonna overtrade. And we made already some nice profits this week, and I don't want to like ruin it. But that makes the most sense to me. Don't accept the change. The bias is right. It will pump soon. I can't see this right now in the order flow though, man. I can't see this right now in the order flow. Four-hour closure. Oh, sorry, hourly closure in 4 minutes. What a messy day today. Lorenzo, silver took support twice during that day from the previous daily POC. It's now closing below. So I think we can short from here. Okay. What are you guys looking at right now? Let me know in the chat, please. What are you guys currently looking at? Let me know. Looking to sell, long, sell. Pullback and sell, bounce coin 5135. I'm seeing something similar, to be honest, right now. I actually flipped the script here because I was bullish. I was trying to get into that flip. We were getting absorbed. We were seeing that bounce, but I can see that the market is turning. And sometimes you need to know when you're invalidated, when your initial bias was invalidated. For me, this is a confirmation that I'm invalidated right now. All right, thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the input. I'll take this with me. Thank you guys, appreciate that. Yeah, this closure is so key now. It's so critical. 1 minute. It turned this could turn into like a typical how do you say that? A typical yeah, pullback retracement play. Dollar is pushing. Yeah, so 4-hour sellers are still holding up. Buyers are definitely supported right now. But on the hourly, you can see internally that we're now definitely seeing sellers are coming in. So the actual candle is now closed. So now the 43, let me actually look at the 43. That's going to be my last, really my last try today. Because I do like this overall though. I still like it. I think there's definitely some interesting stuff happening right now. Lorenzo, your original sell ID from yesterday's stream proved right. Why didn't you take that? Which one? Yesterday's trade? But because the structure is completely, the structure was completely different, right? Yesterday's trade was completely different. We were completely in a completely different scenario, different market condition. So I'm kind of understanding, trying to see where I can get in one more time. Bro, Lorenzo, can I have the name of your book that you wrote? I may have to look for it. It's completely free, my man. It's a completely free book that I've written out for you right here. You can go through it. All right, guys. For you guys that are here, we are here every day. All right, every market condition, we are going to be here Monday to Friday. If you can help me out by smashing up that like button, it will be highly appreciated. All right, we have nothing to sell you here. We're just here to trade live, to make some money, and to deal with everything that comes to us here, day in, day out. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the streams. If you guys support, the only thing I'm asking, if you guys can support the channel, that would be amazing. All right? That would be amazing. I'm here to learn. I'm here to get better every day. Just like you guys. If gold taps 4,400 level in the next weeks, it will open a serious long there. Gold in medium and long term is bullish. This is a major zone that I'm looking at too. The 44. Let me look on gold right here. On the weekly time frame, right? This is that zone that I'm watching. The 4,500. Actually, 4,500 to be honest. It's a zone that I'm watching here very, very carefully. And on futures, it is the 45.50, pretty much. The 45.50. That's gonna be such a major level, man. The 45.50 is gonna be huge. This is the weekly time frame here. Look at that. This is the 45.50. It's actually 45.45. 50. Yeah, exactly. 44.50, my bad. Not 45.50. 44.50. I do think that we can revisit that at some moment and still get there. I just wanted to see a bit of a deeper bounce for that follow through. Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. Completely agree with you. Yeah, so the 43, right? That's one more shot and that's it. We're gonna try. The 5 minutes undervalued here. We might actually bounce right now. What a market. Stefan, man, good to see you. Welcome. How long mystery now? 2 hours. Okay, only 2 hours. Wow. Already 2 hours. Sorry. Already 2 hours. Damn. Time flies, man. Time freaking flies. We're going to find a lot of resistance. I do think that we might push up. We're going to get to the 40s, 45s, and then I think it will be really interesting. And I'm not wrong to say that we might bounce here, though. We do actually might bounce here. But the way this already kind of closed, with so much volume, this is going to be a really strong zone, which is going to be right when we pull back, right? It's going to be right when we pull back into our initial level here. This is what I'm saying. I'm definitely not scared of like switching up my bias if I'm invalidated. Because I just don't see the buyers really stepping in here. Yeah, it's this one right there. Are you going to live every day? Yes, every day, man. I'm gonna be here. I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my rent, okay? That's why I'm here, trading. I need to pay my rent. And actually, I'm not joking, actually. God, I'm joking, but you know what I mean. Yeah, we might bounce. We are undervalued here. I just not feel like with the dollar being this strong right now, I don't feel it. I don't feel buying now. This was the last moment of interest for me to buy, to be honest. The 58, the 60, we saw absorption. We saw a nice reaction initially. We got into some profit as well, but there was just no follow through. So I gave it two tries. I got in once, broke even. Second, loss. Now we broke down. Now the dollar is ripping. So I don't feel like buying is the way to go here today. From now onwards. Not seeing it. And that's something that I really had to learn, man. Like, I was so stubborn before. Trust me. If you think that I'm stubborn now, bro. If you think that I'm stubborn now. I was so stubborn before when it came down to my bias. So committed to something in my head, right? To like a trading idea that I had. And the biggest thing that I've learned myself is that being adaptable is the most important. And accept sometimes scenarios. It can save a lot of money. And that's why I try to always get into the market knowing what needs to happen for me to say, okay, now I no longer believe this will be correct or this will play out. Alex, good to see you, my G. Thank you for the support. Much love. I wish you a blessed day. Happy weekend already. Happy weekend. One second. We need to put on some music for the new guys here because all the people that subscribed just now, okay, they don't know what we're actually doing here when it comes down to our music, okay? You're gonna have the best music on this live stream. I can guarantee you that, okay? You can say whatever you want. We're gonna have the best music though, okay? Where's that song from yesterday? Okay. Welcome to the live stream. So I'm going to be here for you 5 days a week. Making sure that you guys are fully updated. You see my journey live. I need to make money trading. That's the only way for me. All right. Thank you for the support though. Okay. Give me 1 second. Yo, I'm from India. What's happening, my friend? Let me actually write this down. Today's total trading. Almost forgot it. How much was this? 400 or something? $400? Not the biggest loss, to be honest. Yesterday we made around about 3K. Yes, let me see. 500, okay. 500, 507. Cannot only mark out my wins and then not mark out my losses, right? That's not how it works here. Just so you know. Okay. All right, back to work. This is why I'm saying, like, you know, I'm not going to be bullish to the dollar. It's ripping right now. Dollar is holding up, ripping. Gold is dropping. After we lost that support at like 60 and 58, that level that I marked out, I saw this as being very bearish after that. Yeah, I saw this as being very bearish. So this changes actually a lot of things, like I said before. And yeah, this could conclude that we might indeed will visit the lows right now. This is what I already talked about at the beginning of the stream, right? If we would break it, then I'm going to be looking to continuing down, right? To continue to play to the downside. We still have that weekly Le Mans zone there, 44.50. So I'm still going to be now, I was trying to trade the bounce today. But with this confirmation here, I could definitely see that the next logical move is not to try to predict the bottom from this moment, but to get into the pullback for the continuation, because that to me is the only logical move right now. Also look at the hourly on the order flow here. This is where the major selling took place around the open. Look at that, 15,000 contracts. Look at how much bigger that is than the rest of the day, okay? 15,000 minus 600 delta, and we close bearish. So you bet this will be major resistance right there. Starting at 44, 46, sorry, 44. 46, 45, actually. So that for me is like a huge, huge zone right now, a huge level, which I just will mark out also on the chart, because that's pretty much from where we initially broke down, right? The 44, 45. Which is roughly speaking, I think this area. $44. Yeah, it's literally around this area here. And then the top of that range was at 67. So it's like 68, 67 here. This is that zone, okay? This is that zone. We are getting undervalued on the 15-minute. We know how important that's going to be. So there is a chance that we bounce here. But with such strong selling pressure, it's just very risky to take longs from this level, because I didn't see that confirmation that we saw earlier. So I think I'll just wait for some pullback there and try to get in and target the absolute weekly lows, if we're not already just continue to push down here, right? That makes the most sense right now to me, and that's why I'm saying I'm not willing to, I'm definitely willing to change up my buys here. What is your sell entry at? Did you guys took a trade today? Yes. Which broker are you using? Trade of 8. Okay. Yeah, look at that sell-off right away after that here. The compression is huge. Absolutely, it's a massive, massive compression here. Yeah, so that is the only logical move. If we manage to pull back at some point, I'm not expecting maybe it even happen this session here, but to me, That's the trade I'm definitely going to take if he manages to pull back here, because I know the importance of this level right now and how critical this actually was. 77, 78. So that means I will definitely put something like limit order here. I'm not sure if we will get filled or not. And it's freaking Friday as well, right? It's still worth a try for sure to set it and at least see what it goes here. Still gonna set it just in case, right? That would be the sweet spot type of play, though, to be honest, right? The 40, the 43, somewhere around there. Did you leave Vantage? No, I did not. I actually still trade with Vantage. I also trade on my broker, on MetaTrader, of course, as well here. But for the streams, it's so much easier to trade futures because when I look at the order flow chart, and this is the order flow format right now on the streams, right? We have the exact same level, exact same price level. So for me, I need the same level right now, pretty much, right? So I don't want to like constantly go back and to say, oh, this is the level on futures and this level on spot. I prefer pretty much to just stick to one thing on the streams. Pat says, anyone else like me? My reading of the overall trend is really good, but my timing is often one candle off. Interesting. Kiwi says, previous day close, best price to enter every day. I completely agree with that, bro. And I can actually factually, I'm actually completely agree with you, by the way. Every time we close the daily candle, usually that is the best entry of the day. I agree with you completely. And I think it's really awesome that you say that because the actual closure is the actual, it's so true that it gives you some, for the candles and the trades you hold for the rest of the day, entering around the closure is so critical. I've seen it too. I completely agree with you. Very, very true. Lorenzo, are you up for the week? Yes. Of course, we can win one trade and make 5 times our stop loss. Do you do recap of all your trades for the week? We can do that. If you guys are interested in that, we can definitely cover that. And go through the exact trades of the week on a Friday, for example, if you guys want to. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? Let me know. I'm actually going to start a poll right here. Friday, trade coverage. Analysis of all the weekly trades. Yes or no? Let me know if you guys are interested in this. If you guys want that, we can actually do something like that here. Type in a yes or no if you guys are like, you know, that means that at every Friday, at the end of every Friday, I could like go to all the trades and the ideas and explain the reasoning behind it. Right? Sometimes we take like 5 trades in a week. Sometimes we take only 2 trades in a week. Like it all depends on the market, right? It all depends on the market. Don't expect on this channel that I'm going to have a 100% win rate, by the way. That's not how it works for me. All right? It's not really about that. It's about how much money do I make at the end of the week. That's what I care about more. then how many wins can I have? But I do care about winning too, don't get me wrong. I want to win as many trades as possible. Just like you, clearly. But I think that's a good idea. I'm not going to do this today. But I will definitely take this in consideration for the upcoming Fridays, because I think it's really awesome to have something like this where we can cover the full breakdowns, right? Of like all the trades and the reasonings behind it. And then it allows me actually to go through it, to share with you my thought process behind it. And then you can decide if it made sense or not, or if it actually was a good trade or not. That makes a lot of sense, Zees, for sure. All right, cool. Then we do that, man. We freaking do that, all right? Let's freaking do that then, all right? Mr. Khan, thank you for the sub, man. We're close to 112K subs. We grew around 5K subs in a very short time. I really appreciate you guys for coming on the live streams right now. And this is me trading live, my pure 100% full transparency and everything that's coming with this. And I love it. I love it. Watching from Kenya, I appreciate your live trading. Thank you, man. Appreciate you too. Yeah, if we want to take some hybrid scalps right now, like lower time frame 5-minute scalps, I would love to see pullback, right, to the 12. Let's see what happens. I just want to show you something here while we're waiting here. While I'm waiting here for that for potential pullback here, I just want to show you something. If price pulls back to the 87, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Mi sono girato short alla rottura del POC. 300 pips. Nice. Yeah, it made sense to go short from that level. Or at least once you broke below it. It makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense for sure. Urvisha! Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, man. What are like some of the top streamers right now? I've been really like missing out on the industry. Like, who are some of the top streamers right now in the space? Let me know, because I can guarantee you, bro. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming back. I'm coming, bro. I'm coming back. Just so you know that. We're gonna come back and we're gonna completely get back to work. Yeah. And build an absolute amazing, incredible YouTube community. That's what we're gonna do. We're like the top traders here. English, obviously, English traders. Well, that's clear about the poll here. Thank you for that. I appreciate this. Patrick Wieland, of course, the Nasdaq. Flow Zone Trader. Flow Zone Trader. Okay. Flow Zone Trader. Flow Zone Trader. Yo, basketball ass. My G. Flow Zone Trader. Nasdaq. Okay. Any gold traders though? Because everyone trading the Nasdaq these days, it's crazy. Any gold traders? Let's see what he says.
To really know that those buyers are caught maybe into the 10 a.m. would be good. And let's see, small size. Let's see if we can get under New York, and then I can
order flow, right?
Value area low on the day here, so we need to find acceptance underneath 28s now.
Okay.
Trying to play this momentum down. It's very, very tough right now without them being too aggressive. Some absorption at 35s again, so we're going to go back to
I like it. I like it
again,
directly. I like it. Thank you for sharing that. Good to know. I need to do some research in the industry here because I've been missing out, man. I've been missing out. I really have been missing out. Nick, TT, obviously, Callisto, Raya Banks. Okay. Donvo. Is he still streaming? Is he still streaming? Is he actually still streaming? Holy shit, he's still streaming. He's actually still streaming. I didn't know that. Damn. Okay, okay. Yeah, he's an OG, man. He is an OG in the game. Awesome. Anyways, we're gonna be fully back, G's. I'm telling you, we are gonna be fully back in this game too. And I have a very, very straightforward strategy for the streams right now, execution-wise. So I know what to do. I know what to do here. And you know, at the same time, we just have to keep it real. I think I think what's missing in the industry is just people keeping it real and being humble enough to realize, listen, this is what I do. This is my journey. I'm here to make money trading, right? That's why you don't see me, you know, promote my mentorship now at the moment, etc. Because I just realized I need to focus on what matters, and that's you and my trading. And if I can combine you and my trading together, we can build something amazing here. Okay? And the only thing that I have to do is to show up near a session for 2, maybe 3 hours. All right, that's not a big deal, right? And be there consistently and look at the open and make a decision at that moment, okay? And do whatever you want to do with that information, of course. And I'm not encouraging you to do whatever you think. Don't come to me like, oh, Lorenzo is always right. Don't look at me this way, please, man. Just follow your own rules. I'm here to support you in any way I can. Okay, that's the conclusion. I'm here to support you. I started like you as well. And I struggled a lot. And I had moments in my trading career, in my life, that I really wanted to give up. And I'm not joking. I had some sad moments, some deep moments, man. I had some really moments where I was like, man, like I have huge responsibilities. I need to take care of people in my life, but I have only this amount of money and I need to make it happen. I had no plan B. I had no backup plan. And if there's one thing that you should know is trading while having no backup plan is a bad combination. It's a bad combination. And I'm surprised I still have a full head of hair, my friend. I'm telling you. I got good genetics. That's all it is. I just got good genetics. But I should be freaking bald now. Okay? I should be either gray or bald right now. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we're pulling back at least. We are pulling back a bit. But man, sellers overall intraday are in control still, definitely. I switched my buys the moment we broke that 60. And I realized, no, sellers are in control here. A short continuation make the most sense. Pullbacks are necessary for me to actually get involved here. and actually see if I could trade at the hourly time frame, which I think the perfect example of that. We have a level here. We have also the point of control here, which is the 11, the 13. So there are a couple more levels in between this, which I am observing as well here. And then we have the 587. The 587. This is the level I wanted to watch with you guys now, to see how we respond there. But we are very undervalued. We need to make some sort of pullback at some point here, because this is what we have been doing in the past over and over again. It's just that the dollar is very, very strong. So that kind of invalidates longing now. Hi, bro. I just subscribed from South Africa in your trading journey. Would you say you have been profitable? Yes. Irvi says, yes, you have the best stream for gold. I followed a few others and don't really think they know what they are doing or saying. Time to eat. Yeah, time to eat I like. Obviously, my man, Nick. We've been kind of like, I remember as well, I had like Forex live streams before. Okay. So I was trading live Forex. You want to see it? And I had, I don't think I had like 3,000 live viewers, 4,000 live viewers sometimes. Like crazy. But I took a long break and I adapted and I did a couple things in my life and I had some personal things I had to deal with, some business things, some business, whatever. A lot of shit. But I'm super freaking committed now to come back and to come back strong. But yeah, I was trading with, I was trading on Forex actually. I was trading on Forex and we had some good times though, but it was always me, donvo, and time to eat. These three. So it was me, donvo. No, it was donvo. It was me, and then it was time to eat. It was like us three that like run the gold Forex game in English at the time. This is like 2 years ago, pretty much. Yeah, and I think we've developed a lot since that. A lot. When I say we developed a lot. I personally developed a lot. From like understanding a lot more layers, learning, fine-tuning, optimizing, testing, you know, all these things. But the reason why I moved to futures now is just because of the order flow, right? The biggest reason is the order flow, because I can actually fine-tune everything. And I still trade on my broker, my Vantage account as well. I still have my account there. And I still trade on it, but not live on stream. Yeah. May I know your monthly revenue target? I'm never going to set targets, my friend. I'm never going to set targets. Just so you know. Okay. And the reason why I don't set targets is because I'm not going to force profits. Okay? I'll never force profits. I have never an expectation set for myself. I need to make 30K this month. Because the moment I start doing that, the only thing that I can do is to make it much harder for myself, right? Much harder for myself by forcing something like that and saying to myself, oh, I need to make this. The only thing that I can do is to compromise myself and to make mistakes that I shouldn't be doing, or taking trades that I shouldn't be taking, right? So for me, it's very important that I stay out of that mindset of like, I need to make this amount of money by the end of the month, right? Same thing for prop firm challenges, for example, right? Or prop firms in general. Like you have a profit target, but I'm never going to say, I need to pass this profit target in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks. It's never gonna pay off from my side in the long term. Okay, in the long term. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of testing as well here. A lot of work, a lot of testing. A lot of testing. I think December was horrible. November was... oh yeah, it was completely off. October was okay. September was better. August was good. July. Now we've been here, man. We've been running it. We've been running it. That's for sure. But we're constantly getting better and better, man. That's my goal, is to get better, and also on stream. And also just to be more... I realize I also need to be more humble, because... you know, I realize that people are always... You know, people around me are also getting better, right? So it's like, if I don't step up my game, if I don't continue to progress, I get left behind. I need to constantly improve, right? And the market changes right now. The market is changing. The market is adapting to the new market conditions, right? We're dealing with a huge overvaluation in the stock market. We're dealing with Iran, the potential war, Ukraine. We're dealing with like inflation. We're dealing with so much shit right now. The market is adapting to that. And so do I. So do I, right? That's why I need to adapt. Right, and the only way to do this is one thing that I do right now, and this is a tip that I could give you, and this is something that I now do. Is like every day. This is the only thing that I do. I wake up. I know what happened yesterday in the closure, and I'm gonna tell myself, and I'm gonna be bullish today. I'm gonna be bearish today. That's it. I look at it day by day by day by day. I don't look too far ahead right now. I'm not making like really crazy predictions. I do look at fundamental data, but I don't necessarily predict scenarios right now of like, this is going to happen, because we don't know what's currently going on. No one really knows what's happening in the world, right? No one truly knows. So I look at it day by day. I look at the closure of the previous day. I look at the absorption of the reaction. I look at the distribution of the volume, and then I make a decision for my bias. Yeah. Lorenzo, is your background CGI or just effects, or is it real? No, this is AI. This is AI right now. Yeah. It's all I'm not even real. It's like I'm like AI right now. You know? I'm actually just chilling in my bed right now. But yeah, that doesn't look professional, so you know, I have to sit here. I do glitch sometimes, but we're getting there. We're getting there. But anyways, we're pulling back. A lot of buyers coming in right now. Okay, we know that we're undervalued. I would not be surprised if we would bounce from around here. But man, it's been a messy day today. Regardless, we just had that one impulse down. And we have not actually created taken out the daily lows, the previous daily lows yet. That might be a target though. Or that might be a target. What do you think about silver? I think silver is following up with what gold does. Anyways, right now, I think oil is getting stronger, right? This is also putting a lot of pressure on gold right now. The dollar is definitely respecting and pushing higher, so that's also not really really nice for gold. So yeah, it's definitely the same boat. I think silver is in the same boat as gold is. Well, yeah, I do think I would see some sort of pullback right now. I would not be surprised if we would see some sort of pullback here. The question is, how deep will that pullback be? Will that be here, right? Like I said before, look at this level. Look at where we reacted from, right? That's exactly what I meant. Is that it taps into that red box and it sells off, right? Well, we're undervalued, so we might actually push down a little bit further. Major resistance will now be, in my opinion, at the 45, which makes sense tactically as well, right? Because you pretty much have that breakdown and then that retest and then potential sell off to that higher time frame demand, pretty much, right? That's like the ideal entry for me. Now, could it be that we will be just reacting from the point of control at 14? It could also be that we will see a lot of selling there already a little bit earlier, which is right around there, which makes sense because this is where these trap buyers are, right there. So that is also another level. And if, let's say I do this, right? For example, I could do two things right now. I could say, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to take, and I'm actually thinking about doing this right now, by the way. I could, for example, get in with one contract right here. And I'm going to set another contract right there. And then another contract right at 45. And then a buy stop of 2 at right there. Yeah. And then, of course, my target will be the previous daily lows or lower. Yeah, that's actually my thought process right now. So I'm gonna actually split the entries here, one at 12 and one at 40, and then buy stop at above the highs, of course, and then target the lows. So if we manage to pull back into that, I think we have some opportunities as well here. I do expect a deeper pullback, to be honest, with this undervaluation here. How can you trade this latest example, given there was no break of structure before the fair value gap got filled? I don't know about fair value gaps. I don't know about the break of structure, ICT. I don't know about that. I know about the imbalances, the low volume notes, if that's your question around a fair value gap. But I'm not trading that same way. So maybe you should just trade your way and I should just trade my way. And respect each other in what we do. To grow an account, how much do you think it's optimal to risk per trade? That depends on your risk and your certainty and your data, bro. Right? If you have a 70% win rate strategy and it works for you very well, yeah, you're very confident and comfortable with it, and you, not roughly speaking, know exactly what to do, then you can increase your risk, right? It also depends on your personal situation. How much are you willing to lose? It also depends on your consistency. How consistent are you following your rules? There's so many variables that come to that. Okay, I can't give you a proper answer to that question. Yeah, this is kind of my last shot here. If we can get filled there, great. If not, also great. Yeah, I appreciate it, G's. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Lorenzo, don't you get tired for people hating when you lose? No, not really, because I understand the game, you know? That's how it works. You know, you should not be happy for me, or you know, whatever. I don't really care. Anyone using prop firm for day trading? Yeah, I have TopStep. I am funded on TopStep still. Actually, I've not been trading too much with TopStep right now. I don't know why. Okay, let me actually just show you. I actually have 350k accounts, 450k in funding on TopStep. But I haven't been really trading on it, actually. Yeah, so I don't know. But I funded next as well, which is very nice. Funded next rapid challenge. Check it out. I think that's the best way to get started if you wanna get in for if you wanna get like a quick payout and you wanna just get a quick payout with like minimum waiting days. I think that's a great way to get started as well. But yeah, I do have some props. I do have some prop firm accounts, some funded accounts. Yes. I do. Yo, G, so what do you guys want to do on a Friday, man? I'm all in for this, you know? A lot of people actually ask me to stream on Kick. I'm like, bro, do I really want to go to Kick as well? Do I really want to do that? Then I turn into a real streamer. Like a real kind of like, it's a different vibe, man. It's a different vibe. You know what I mean? It's a different vibe. It's not the YouTube vibe. It's a, I don't know. How can I call it? More degenerate vibe? I don't know. Maybe I should get a steak deal. I buy gold at 4617. Help, what to do? Buy gold at 4617. What to do? Buy gold at 4. Okay, bro. Chill, man. Anyways, I'll help you. 4617. I think there is a chance we pull back. I really do think so. I think there is a potential scenario we pull back, but there is never certainty that we pull back. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I do see the undervaluation now. We are at some support here, and I have literally an entry where you've entered. So there's a reason why I put my entry there, because I do believe that we might pull back there. Otherwise, I would not believe it. So I do think that we could do something there. Yeah, manage your trade, man, accordingly. If you re-break the lows, though, right now, yeah, then we might continue to drop further down. Then you have to be very careful, man. Then you have to be very cautious. Okay? I hope this will turn out the right way for you. All right? John, you're gonna go all week without taking a trade, just talking? Yes, that's what I do, my friend. That's what I do, John. That's what I do. Children and Hindi, just subscribe. Thank you for joining. Have a blessed day. Good to see you. Lorenzo, please read my comment. What is LTA, the Limitless Trading Academy? I started this in 2022. But right now I don't sell you anything. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm actually here just to trade. As you can see in my description. Is Jerome Powell speaking? Nope, he is not speaking. Today there is nothing new, nothing spectacular happening from a news perspective. Why do you pick these levels here? Well, I picked these levels for one reason. We have the point of control here of this previous range. I know this will potentially turn into resistance. Order flow wise, we have a critical level there. Buyers got trapped around this level. A lot of selling followed. 4614-ish. And then we have the major resistance, okay, which is at 45. Right there. Major resistance. That's a huge level. This is right here. And I do see a lot of potential from that level right there. I do see a lot of potential from that hourly order flow selling that took place right there. And that changed for me my buys for the rest of the session, if not already for next week, early next week as well. Yeah. Bro, can you elaborate a bit more on the Fund Next Rapid challenge? Yes, you can. It's like it's a challenge that gives you or allows you to. You can lose on a 100K account, I believe, $2,500. So only 2.5%. You think, oh, that's nothing. Yeah, but it's a rapid challenge, right? You only need 5K to pass it. Right? So it's like 2.5%. 2.5% loss and 5% targets. It's not like a big deal. It's like, you know, you can buy multiple challenges and pass it in one trade if you want to. You're going to at least pass one trade and then you're funded and then you can get up to a payout very, very quickly as well. It's a very, very easy way to get started, to get your quick first bucks out of the market. You should do some research, man. Go to the rules and check it out. Yeah. Please tell final stop loss for entry 4617. I have my stops always above these highs right there. But yeah, I don't see any buyers stepping in again. It's the same old boat, but the dollar is pushing up higher. Gold like invites buyers, but it never follows through. And yeah, you could see the weaker structure there. In hindsight, I'm like, yeah, could I have avoided this loss? And I'm like, actually, no, I actually like this entry. There was a lot of absorption there. There was a lot of interest there. So now it's pretty obvious to me though. Like there's definitely clear direction now. Similar to yesterday's trade, which was actually, you know, I had one stop loss, right? And I made that one. I think the trade from yesterday was, I could lose 5 times to break even. To be honest, I am extremely happy with how the industry is developing right now, though. I am really happy with how the industry is developing. I do believe that a lot of people are stepping up, getting better. I'm happy that there are guys in the industry that just know how to trade really well. I'm happy that more serious softwares are getting used, like real order flow platforms, like the footprint chart, etc. I see that the industry is heading in the right direction. I'm very happy to see that. Bro, you have no idea. When I started in this game on YouTube and stuff, bro, the amount of garbage there was out there, man. Bro, it's... Things are getting better. It might looks like it's getting bad, but it's getting actually, from my perspective, much better right now. Much better. A lot of people are here now taking it more serious. I think a lot of people that are constantly getting exposed. I think no one really is able to trade live consistently because it will expose them too, right? It's pretty straightforward. I didn't understand what stop loss target you gave. I think it's on the screen right here, man. And I never give signals, by the way. I'm not here to give you signals, okay? Also not the way we win trades. I'm just here to show you what I do and how I trade, and a couple hours of my day to do this live. But I'm obviously here to support you if you need any help. Am I correct that you have 2 sell limits and 1 buy limit? No, I have 2 sell limits and 1 buy stop. Okay. So if both of these get filled and price continues to go higher and it hits my buy stop, I'll get out of my trade. It's like a stop loss. Yeah, I think we're just stagnating here, G's. I think volume is coming down a little bit as well. We are kind of ranging now, flattening out. So this was pretty much the New York session, actually, man. We had this like range. We had this range, and then we had just like that one breakdown. I got stopped out right around there, entered there, and then we followed through. And we're pretty much ranging again. So it's very, very boring here at this current moment. I know there might be a chance that at like 12, we're going to see some more volume coming in. Okay. So what I think is the best is just to keep this open for myself during this whole day. And then if I don't get filled, I just close my limit orders and I'll go back on a Monday again and see what happens then. Because I think we're just going to be here again, ranging out at this current moment. And just need to see that pullback coming in and that volume coming in again. Because right now you can clearly see that we are slowing down. On the 50 minutes is very visible as well. Let me show you. We went from 5, 5, 5, 8, 7, 4, 7, 3, 6, 600. Now we're definitely starting to slow down right now for the last 30, 45 minutes here. So I think I'm just going to keep that open right now until the daily closure, or around before the daily closure. I will close it if I don't get filled in my trades, let's say. and just do it from this way, okay? The reason why I was potentially expecting a bounce a bit further today. But I was looking to see if we could potentially push up higher. It had to do with what I saw here. We opened the daily candle. We actually had a lot of buying here at the bottom of this candle. We bounced from that candle. And the selling took place around there. I thought it could be a perfect moment for us to potentially bounce, get towards the previous daily highs, or at least get towards the previous daily range, pretty much. Right around there, like a higher time frame supply zone. And then just continue to sell off. Something like that is something I had in mind here. So this is what I was fishing for internally in the range. But I did acknowledge, and I did tell you guys that it will be a tricky session because of the fact that if you go to the 4 hour, we had these sellers, right? These sellers were in control here. We never may be able to close it, but at the same time, buyers were also here, and we were kind of in the middle. So we had to kind of make a decision here, right? Do I want to continue to, do I want to get into longs, or do I want to get into shorts? And in this case, the shorts continue to dominate right here. So in this example, from my side right now, I can confidently say that, okay, now that we have taken out these lows here, now that we actually close below here, yeah, that weekly demand zone is still very, very appealing, right? The daily lows from yesterday, that weekly demand zone is very appealing to me. And I was just on the wrong side at that moment, but I knew it would be a risky trade here already by default. This is why I reduced my risk already by half, right? Because you usually risk around $1,000 per trade. That's what I'm willing to lose per trade usually, $1,000. Today we lost around 500. So I think it's fine, but I'll keep that trade open for now, right here, and continue to trust the process and follow up with what we have been doing in the past, and that is just being consistent. And I think that's the only way to win over time, is just being consistent and also being adaptable. Knowing when to change and when to be adapted, but knowing when I'm invalidated, where my initial thought process was no longer right at the time, for example. I hope you can learn something from this, okay? And I hope you can actually look back at some of my previous streams, so you see what we have done this week so far. And actually go through all my streams, I would say, scroll through them, and just check it out, because we have been doing some epic things this whole last couple of pretty much the last 2 weeks. We've been doing some really amazing things. Keep in mind, I took a long break, right? Like a 4-month break. And I recently started again. And I'm actually super happy that I did this, because for me, this is how I started in this game. I started trading live 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago. And a lot of things have changed, and I've been constantly trying to get better and develop myself as well here. So my goal with you guys is to take this very serious and to be here every New York session for the next coming months. I'm not joking. New York session next coming months, 8 a.m. to like at least 10 a.m. This time it was 11, but around this period. And just give you guys all the potential scenarios, the things that I'm looking for, that I do, the things that I'm looking at. And just day by day, going through the markets, and yeah, you're gonna see everything. Okay. So if that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what does. But at least, just so you understand, just know there is someone that is ready for you. If you are willing to learn, if you are willing to, you know, share your information, your wisdom on this stream, and I have a platform for you to do so. Okay. I'm here to support you, and I hope you can support me too by smashing that like button. Okay, that's the only thing I'm asking from your side. If you can smash up that like button for me, we are at like 480. If you can get to like 500 likes, it will be amazing. I think that's the highest from the stream so far. And then I'm gonna close the week strong, and then from next week, we're gonna do the recaps on a Friday. That means on a Friday I will do all the recaps of all the trades, and actually go through them one by one at the end of the week on a Friday, after the session, when I'm done trading, and cover all the trades of the week. And actually see what we can get out of that and learn from, okay? Amazing, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And yeah, I'd love to see you guys. I'd love to see you guys later. Once again. Okay. So let's close the stream strong. And only feeling the love from you guys. And I really appreciate this, man. Motivates me definitely. Happy weekend. I'll be back on a Monday. Peace. Much love, guys. See you guys later, yeah? Monday. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.